Welcome back to Lenisha's channel. And if you're new here, then welcome. It's always great to have new people. Alright, we are getting started on a collective. The first channel song that came on, it's more of a kind of sad like type playlist, so I already know what we're about to be getting into. Alright, right now we got Brent Faiyaz coming on. It's called So Far Gone / Fast Life Blues. The first song that came on was Jhené Aiko, Comfort in Ending. Okay, so whether this is time to family, friends, lovers, strangers who you never got a chance to actually create a relationship with, like, you know, that deeply. Of course, you're a deep feeling individual, so it's always deep for you, right? But some of you guys don't really trust people, especially people who are not divine beings, right? People who you have to get chances to, people who you feel like, I feel like since you've been through so much, your body knows the red flags. Excuse me. You've been through a lot. Okay? I feel like you've always went the extra mile for people and you have yet to receive that. So anybody who's not reciprocating the energy you give off, you're possibly not wanting to further any relationships or build any relationships or continue any relationships. Okay? Gnats, fleas, bugs overall, spiders could like be surrounding you. Snails, frogs, you can have a pet or pets. Black Labradors could be significant. Gray Pit Bulls could be significant. Whatever the case may be. Earlier I was saying something, but I had to end the live and start it over. So I'm trying to recall what I was saying in the beginning. I feel like a lot of you guys live with purpose. You live with intention as you maneuver through your life. So if people are not in alignment with you, even if you don't stick around to prove your intuition right, it's like you know the first time. If you're feeling off about a connection, you know instantly you shouldn't feel off about a connection if it's meant to be in your life, right? I feel like a lot of you guys are tired of giving people chances and keeping people around who already showed you why they probably shouldn't be around. All right? I feel like a lot of you guys paid off your karma, right? Especially if you are a good being. Sometimes you can still attract karma just by the things that you do or don't do. If you keep people around who are not good for you, you're attracting karma because now you're about to experience something that's going to probably hurt, devastate you, be disappointing, you know? So that's also what I mean. But right now I'm wanting to give a reading to you. We have tarot messages coming on out. You could be very much a high priestess, empress, empath, light worker, which is an earth angel. You can be all of these things. You can be someone who teaches people. You could be an advisor. You could be somebody that's in tune with your heart space or your emotions, right? You have wisdom. That's why you can speak how you speak. That's why you can do what you do so effortlessly. Everybody sees this. Everybody knows that, probably except for you. And if you do know that, then why are you settling, right? For some of you guys, you're done settling. You're closing out that chapter in your life. Anybody who is not in alignment with you, you're not building with them. You're not creating connections, okay? I feel like you're the villain. This is your villain era. This is your dark femme era, right? Whether you're a male or a woman. Because that's only in the 3D plane. They got to give names to everything, right? They got to say. And it's crazy because the humans can't even think with 100% of their brain, yet they try to create answers for every single thing. So, of course, they say, oh, you're a man, you're a woman, and this is how this happened, and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people are not tapped in with their highest selves. A lot of people never come into a spiritual awakening. So that's why it's important for you to be around other individuals who are similar to you. And if you're not around those type of individuals, then the main thing that you can do or is best for you is possibly being in solitude. Because everybody else is just going to teach you reasons of why you should have been in solitude in the first place. So some of y'all, you probably ended your solitude to be around people. Some of y'all, you getting back into your solitude. But I feel like regardless, your energy tells you something and you're going with that now, right? Whether it's people who you've celebrated with, people who you love, I feel like it has nothing to do with a love thing. Jonesy, get out the bag. It has nothing to do with, like, you still love people as much as you did before you were spiritual and after. But it's not about love. It's about reciprocity, right? I don't have to say respect, genuineness, and all of those things. I'm just gonna say reciprocity, because you give off all of these things, but people don't give that to you. Maybe they give it to you 2%. Maybe they be fake and they switch it up. Maybe they give it to you 5%, 10%, but nobody ever gives you the energy you give 100%, right? So I feel like you're just tired of that, and some of you guys, you just fed up. You want better for yourself. Look, he said she don't want love. She don't want no one but herself, or she don't need no one but her something, baby. This is why YNW Melly is called City Girls. All right. Take these messages how it resonates for you. You could be a city guy, gal. Maybe the city girls group could be significant. Or just the song. Maybe YNW Melly calls out to you. Like, just take what resonates, okay? Now, let's see. What is the message here for the collective? Now we're about to get into the cards, okay? Confirmations. On the back, we got the 10 of Pentacles. You're abundant. You're wealthy. Some of you guys are going to come into wealth, okay? You're breaking the generational curses. You're going to build solid foundations within your life and your family. Some of you guys are going to be creating your own families, right? Because maybe the ones that you had, it was filled with generational curses and ancestral patterns, but you're breaking them. So a lot of you guys are going into your own path. You're loving people from a distance, and that's very literally so, right? You're literally not around people. For some of you guys, or for others of you guys, this is going to come in the future. A lot of this can be confirming past situations, present, future energy, right? If you're not in this energy now, you either soon will be. It's somebody else's energy, or you're encouraged to be in the energy, okay? But yeah, you're moving into calmer waters. I feel like mentally, you have less, you're more free, you're more trusting, you maneuver through life smoothly, especially mentally, when it comes to, and emotionally, when it comes to cutting people off who always gave you like this feeling, you know, because like I said, some of you guys are the high priestess, empress, all these great things, right? So based on what you went through as well, it's like a heightened energy. Your body just feels like, man, I don't know about this person, because maybe they already gave off something to you before. Welcome in, honey. Thank you for the likes and the shares. I appreciate it. So I just feel like either you're encouraged to, or you're already operating in this energy of just taking your power back and operating in that energy, right? If you want something in your life, sometimes you got to do it yourself, okay? And don't worry, because God will match this energy. God sees how much hard work and energy you've been putting in. They see the people that you're cutting off. They see the things that you're taking breaks from. Like, you know, they see you making these decisions that may be hard or maybe not so hard. And they see you. You've had the awakening. Now, I'm speaking to people who resonate with me. We're all on separate paths. We're all different individuals. We're autonomous, right? So maybe this message won't be as identical for you as it is, because maybe some of you guys are not yet on that timeline. Maybe some of you guys are. Maybe some of you guys will be. Maybe you're a cross watcher and you're watching this, getting some information on a divine being. So the message you got to take how it resonates for you in your life only. Okay? So let's see. I have some cards. I think my puppy sees something. I want to get up and see what she's looking at. That's what I'm saying, a bug. Maybe she see a little bug flying or something. Yeah, some of y'all could possibly have a lot of enemies, and you probably like, well, when was you going to let me know this? Some of y'all just be focusing on that bag. You be focusing on yourself, your life. You don't be knowing. You really be focusing on yourself. Right? Being kind, being a humanitarian individual. Mm-hmm. You don't drink nobody's tea but your own. Minding your own business, staying in your own lane, honey. See, you're a mystery for a lot of people. Nobody can figure you out. You could be a private person, or maybe you don't give off too much at once. And I don't mean that for the people who talk too much and they be so vulnerable. No, I just mean exactly what I said. If you resonate with that, I won't have to explain deeply, okay? But I feel like you're a genuine person. You're not shallow. You're real, right? And I feel like you just want to be connected with beings who are of that as well. But it's like you haven't been connecting with these type of people. There go the abundance. There go the abundance, baby. You are abundant. You've always been abundant. We create our reality based on what we believe in anyway. So if you think or feel or believe that you're not abundant, then that's how it will be in your reality. Whole time you got it going on. You all that in a bag of chips. It's all in your head. You know how some celebrities, they see negative comments, and you probably never knew no negative comment existed towards them. They could be venting on social media talking about, yeah, I see all the negative comments. Whole time you didn't see not damn negative comment. You know? So it's like you all of that in a bag of chips, right? The people who are not in your life right now, they're not meant to be. They're not meant to be. You got a different path. You came in this world alone. I understand the saying of family and all these traditional beliefs, but you're not a traditionalist unless it's pertaining to your own traditions that you created, right? You're very unconventional. You're very different, but it's in a good way. It's in a good way, honey. And some of these people, they hate on that. You're an alchemist. Could be an earth sign. You could be a person that's very intellectual. You be having things on your mind that you probably don't say. Look, success. Success is here. And then the other song we got coming on, because the song that just came off was YNW Melly's Suicidal, right? That could be significant in its own phrase, but we're not going to get too deep into that, okay? Bruno Mars' Grenade is coming on. So success is here. Maybe you don't see how successful you are because success is not something outside of you. Just like how you can't find happiness outside of you, you have to already be happy. You can do the most fulfilling things in life and still not be excited about it, happy, etc. Right? So you can be doing a lot of things that bring forth healing and peace and happiness, but if you don't have inner peace, nothing's gonna feel peaceful. Or maybe you'll be a negative Nancy, right? So all of these things are within you. It's about who you are, not about what you do. Well, it's just about who you are, because depending on what you do can also signify who you are as well. Like if you're just caring individual, very genuine, now that don't mean letting people walk all over you and giving your whole self to people with no limits and no boundaries. Okay? Being a good person has nothing to do with being a nice person. Now, we ain't saying going around being mean to everybody, but we just saying not dimming your light, not over giving, exuding yourself, right? Something could be going on with somebody's nose. It's eye-catching. Little did these people know, you would put yourself on the line for them. You would give the shirt off your back for a lot of people. Would they have done that for you? You're such a genuine, like, sweetheart. It's crazy. People probably think you don't exist only because that version of you does not exist within them. That's why sometimes people treat you how they treat you, or it seems so unbelievable how a person like you could exist. But when they start seeing you get fed up and they start seeing that darkness exude from your energy and your pores, because you got healing that you need to do because of the same people who you started letting get close to you because you wasn't trusting your intuition or you needed to learn a lesson, right? That's giving them something to talk about. Oh, well, this person got so angry. They're always coming off like this nice person. I seen them get so angry. Or they're always coming off, this person is so nice, but they told me no. Or whatever the case may be. Like, little did they know, if you operate in a certain way towards a person, it's because of whatever happened with them. And I'm not the type to point the finger and play victim, but it's just speaking your truth. See, that's what they get it mixed up as. When you say, well, I'm not going to put the blame on anyone, I'm going to take my own accountability. Right when you start telling somebody what they did wrong, oh, I thought you don't apportion blame. I thought, oh, see, what we're not going to do is gaslight. What we're not going to do is manipulate. What we're not going to do, right? So maybe that's why you just going down the path that you're going down. And maybe that's why some of your experiences had to happen so that you could get locked in with the life that you're meant to live and the life that you deserve. Because allowing other people in your life, you could potentially destiny swap, right? And I don't mean, I just mean that in a way of going in a different direction than what you were destined for, right? Because we have free will. Sometimes we get deterred off our path and we go somewhere totally different. Now, a lot of things are fate. Sometimes you can go through this and go through that and still make it down the path that you're meant to go down. But at the end of the day, it's about determination. You know, it's about drive. It's about just wanting better for yourself. Okay, so I feel like maybe some of your experiences have led you to where you are today. And some of y'all, you just not having it no more. You ain't having it. All right? So we got YAZ coming on. Her song is called Retrograde. Speaking of the retrograde, we got the retrograde coming up. All right, today is July 12th. It's coming up in like less than a week, maybe. Yeah. And retrogrades usually last about a month. Okay. This is the Mercury retrograde. That's the main retrograde that everybody be talking about, right? There's problems with communication, travel, maybe, technology, stuff like that. A lot of people who they hold off on huge plans, right? Especially if they never done it before. Like if it's something new, they kind of postpone it until after the retrograde. And sometimes the shadow period, which is a little bit before or a little bit after the retrograde begins or ends, it's like it still kind of feels that energy of the retrograde, right? So you could be having people trying to get in contact with you from your past, popping up. All of a sudden you seeing people who you used to go to school with, right? Like it's just the past surfacing. Maybe due to unfinished business, maybe due to you needing to close out some cycle. It can really be anything. Some people think they're being tested in the world, right? But honestly, I just feel like life is what you make it, and sometimes you got to bump your head. I feel like there's no finish line to growth. Quote by me. But yeah, mystery. So this could be your energy. This could be your life. Something could be a mystery to you. You could be a mystery, right? I'm getting majestic. Then I'm thinking of that song, She Was a Fairy. All right, but we have success here. You are successful. Whoever you're aiming to be, you are already that. Some people think they're not that yet because they don't have the audience they want. They don't have this. They don't have that. Honey, you don't have to be a worldwide global singer to be a singer. Nobody can know who you are and you can still be a singer because that's who you are, right? You don't have to be this person that goes to school to get some type of coaching license or whatever the case may be because other human beings who are low vibrational told you, no, you got to go to school for 12 years to be a doctor, 12 years to be a counselor, 12 years. Well, you don't have to go to school for that long to be a counselor, but, you know, I'm just saying. So know that you don't have to have all the money in the world to be successful. But you can have all the money in the world, but it's just up to you. Sometimes, yes, manifestations can help a lot tremendously, especially if you desire it or believe in it. But you can have $2 to your name right now and you're still worthy. You're still successful. It's because of who you are. So the path that you're going down, I feel like it's going to be a success, especially because you're trusting your intuition, you're trusting your energy, you're paying attention to other people's energy, and you're abundant. It's owed to you. It's like your birthright. You're surrendering, or you're being encouraged to. The winter time could be significant. The next song we got coming on is Sonder. It's called Sirens. So maybe you're going to be seeing sirens. Maybe that could be your confirmation. Maybe angel number 911 could be significant. Then I just seen awareness. Yep, surrender to your awareness. You got to surrender to how intelligent you are, to the wisdom that you've accumulated. You got to surrender to the high priestess energy that you have attached to you. Stop being drawn back to the matrix mindset and lifestyle that something is too good to be true or impossible. Especially if you're around other people who think like that. No, cut them off. I don't care who it is. If you didn't get to see the beginning of this message so you can understand the context and everything like that, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. Because I don't want to repeat myself or anything like that. But I'm seeing a new beginning. I'm seeing you getting this spark, you getting fired up. And I feel like that's because you want to come into the life that you deserve. You don't want anybody to hold you back from that. Not even yourself. Right? So if you got to cut some people off, no matter who they are, you're going to do it. If you're feeling like somebody not supposed to be around and you're not giving anybody a chance to prove you right, because you don't have to get proven right. You don't have to bump your head to learn a lesson. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially in this time. You've been at your lowest. You've learned lessons. The basic ones at that. So it's like at this point, nothing can like go over your head. Nothing can get past you. Not people, not nothing. And half of y'all read minds. So you read energy, right? Fear is on the back of the I was gonna say on the back of the door. It's an illusion. Fears are illusions. Right? There's nothing to be scared of. Just surrender. Surrender. The next song we got is Juice WRLD. It's called Cigarettes. For some reason, that is so significant. I keep seeing cigarette packs everywhere. Like, literally. I don't know what that's about. I don't smoke. I'm like, why do I keep seeing it? And it was the same exact ones. Marlboro or whatever the heck the name is. But you know, metaphorically, instead of literally, it can be like saying, because that can be a form of distraction, right? So you can look at it like things distracting you, whether it's people, substances, or habits, right? Whatever it is. Something that you never dibbled and dabbled in, or things that you have dibbled and dabbled in, could be trying to rise on back up. Remember we talked about the retrograde, bringing things up from the past and all that? Shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if you're trying to bring up old habits and other things, right? Because you have a goal, you have a target, and you're aiming for it. Don't get distracted. Some of y'all don't be wanting to be lonely. You're not lonely. You inviting, so you gonna invite people back into your life who already showed you why you don't need them in your life. You gotta cleanse, you gotta heal, you gotta reprogram. You gotta, deprogram to reprogram. I don't be. You got some people who like, man, I don't want to be lonely no more. And this could be like an ex-lover or something. I'm addicted to this person. I need me some more. Yeah, you for sure could have been on drugs to somebody. Excuse my language. We do not condone substances or anything like that. Just figurative language. Every time I'm channeling, my nose always get the itching, honey. You're always on somebody's mind. Caution coming out in the reverse. Period. God is within you and all around. You know all things. There's nothing to fear. And you're protected. See, you removed a lot of people from out of your energy who was a walking red flag, who was a caution sign. So since you're doing the work necessary or encouraged to do, if you haven't done it, do it. Then there's no need for you to feel cautious. There's no need for you to feel like, oh my gosh, is this person trustworthy? Let me go get a reading on this person. Your intuition already tells you everything you need to know. And your body for sure signals it a lot of times too. So some of you guys, you're getting it now, or you will be getting it now. Right? You went from disruption, being disrupted in your life, peace, all imbalanced and everything, to going in the flow, right? Yes. You're very strong. I feel like you're overcoming a lot of things. Some of y'all are going ghost. You going ghost on people, honey. I mean, what did they expect? If they were meant to be a part of your life, they would be here today. But some of these people, they made that bed, now they gotta lie in it. I'm sure you would still be talking to a lot of people if they didn't give you reasons to not talk to them. See, some of y'all tired of the apologies and the matrix mindset and lifestyle where people are blind and they have no respect for you and like all this stuff. Yeah, you just done. You not desperate for nothing. You're not hungry. You're well fed. This song is called Spotless Mind by Jhené Aiko. Alright? But yeah, protection. You are protecting yourself. Your spiritual team is protecting you. You are protected. 444. We got 888 on the lights. I looked at it. I haven't looked at this ever. And I got called to. Synchronicities, you know? My own free will led me to look at this. It's just a lot of magical things, right? Protect your ideas. Protect your craft. Protect your heart. Protect yourself. Protect your energy. You're really, really sweet. The old you has died and become... You can't die again, right? There can be rebirths and deaths and rebirths, yes, but genuinely the old you is dead and gone. You're a new person. So I feel like you never can go to like the lowest point of your time yet, because a lot of you guys have already been there. Don't allow people to steal your joy, to kill your kindness. That's exactly what they want to do, because that's already been done to them. Hurt people, but it's not an excuse. What we're going to do is love you from a distance, because it seems that people like you cannot hate people, no matter what they do. But what they won't do is steal your light, your creativity. Some of y'all want this life so bad that I'm telling you, nobody is getting in the way of it. Not even you. If you gotta heal, do the work, cut off toxicity, cut whatever it is, you're gonna do it. Sadness on the back. Yep. For some of y'all, you probably didn't want to cut a lot of people off, but you had to. Now you kind of isolating yourself, but I feel like you're conscious about it. This has nothing to do with, oh, I'm so hurt and I'm so blind, and no, you're very conscious of what you're doing. That's why I said a lot of you guys are living with purpose. You're living with intention. You're aware of what you're doing, and I feel like you trust yourself. When you see a red flag, you trust in yourself. When your energy is off with somebody, you trust in yourself. When you've been encouraged to go this way and nobody else can understand why are you trying to move out the country? Why you don't want to work a 9 to 5? Why? You won't get it, baby. I ain't for you. I'm not for you. It's no offense. You're just not there yet, and I don't have time for you to slow me down or confuse me here. Flow. You're balanced. Maybe some of y'all be kind of back and forth, but all of that is gonna stop. Like I said, you're coming into karma waters, and you're only bringing those with you who are Jovi, are of innocence, are part of your tribe, whether it's your children, your pets. Yep. You pouring into yourself, you're nurturing yourself, you're standing in your power, and you ain't getting off your throne for nobody. Okay? Abundant. You creating things. Maybe you're about to create a business, maybe about to have a child. This can be the birth of anything. It could be a birth of a new you. Alright, self-love, self-care energy. Either you're encouraged to do this or you are doing this already. You're loving yourself. You're in your Empress energy, your Queen energy. Some of y'all literally know this because of the choices that you're making and the things. Okay, so this next song is Juice WRLD. It's called Wishing Well. Some of y'all need to make a wish. 1111 can be significant. Maybe wishing wells can actually be significant as well. Then I just thought of wishing you well. And then the Ace of Swords that came out in the reverse. But yeah, some of y'all don't be knowing that people have your best interest at heart or not. And if you ever got to question something, then maybe it's not for you. Maybe they've already showed you something, or maybe your energy, like based on the wisdom that you've obtained from the experiences you had, just picks up that something is off. Sometimes it can be our own energy and we need to heal and we're just so traumatized. But genuinely and generally, you know what you're talking about because you're a high priestess. Sometimes that intuition be a little blocked and you can't tell, right? But I feel like genuinely, you know. Depression be trying to, what he said, depression trying to come and knock on your door, but you can't let sadness take over your life. You gotta rise up out of that. It's time to pour into yourself. You've been pouring into everybody else, being this motherly figure for everybody else. You gotta be that to yourself. You're not anyone's personal healer, God. No. This is time for you to tell people how you truly feel. Stop saying nothing's wrong. Say, yep, you actually hurt me. But at the end of the day, you don't have to say that to everybody. Because maybe some people, they're just going to turn it around and look at you like you crazy. And be like, you hurt. I'm hurt. Victimization. Dismissing your feelings. But some of y'all, you needed to see that. You needed to hear that. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. You don't ever have to let the enemy know that they're an enemy. Yep. Pain is disrupting certain things, right? That's why you isolate yourself. Because of the pain that you've experienced. Because of the stuff. That's why you ghosting people. Or some people went ghost on you. Some people abandoned you, left you feeling left out in the cold. They didn't tend to you like they should have. And why did they not do that? The being that you were to a lot of people, it's the least that they could have done for you. Some of y'all been at y'all lowest to the point to where you was battling addiction and depression, stress. You started getting into isolation. You stopped speaking. Like when it came to what was on your mind. You were literally going through battling with self, battling with the mind, your emotions imbalanced. Well, you was going through so much stuff, and you didn't. It's crazy because people you love put you through that energy. Maybe some of y'all lost people in your life, mom, dad, sister, cousin, brother, whoever. That was detrimental as well. Maybe you didn't have the support. You know, maybe people started being weird, fake, showing you their true colors. This was always being shown. Even before you had an awakening, this was always being shown, but the awakening helped everything be more illuminated. Oh my gosh, I hate when my nose be itching. Okay, this song is called Insecure. It's by Brent Faiyaz. Some of y'all could have been dealing with a lot of insecure people. Or maybe you've started falling into insecurities, right? Because maybe you've been cheated on, it could be anything. But I feel like you're in this masculine energy. Like I said, the feminine energy is out here. Maybe this could be other people. This gives mentor energy, good advice. This gives security, preoccupied with financial matters. Right? Emotional intelligence. Right? So this could be your energy, or it could be somebody else. That sound like an eagle or a hawk in the sky. So that those type of birds could be significant. But yeah, confidence on the back of the deck. Either you're being encouraged to have confidence, even through the face of fear, even through the face of adversity, even through the face of lack of faith. Because sometimes it happens to the best of us, right? In the face of insecurity, anything. But I feel like a lot of you guys are probably going to start overcoming these things because now you're disposing everything. You're releasing everything from within and you're external. Therefore, you should never come into this energy ever again because, one, you know better. And 2, you taking out the trash. So some of y'all, you already in the energy of confidence because you have nobody around you that's giving you trust issues. You're making the choices that your intuition is calling you to make. Yep. You could be talking to people who have anxiety and stuff. But yeah, connecting with people who was just having ego and pride and personality clashes and internal conflict at competition with you, get them out of here. That's the only reason why people was trying to fight or argue or it was going that way, because of who you were. That's crazy. They were insecure. People that you love, family, friends, lovers, strangers, people within work. They don't want you to think they're insecure though. They never gonna admit to it either. But yeah, that's why y'all don't be trusting people like that. That's when y'all fully learn the meaning of you gotta earn trust. Can't just be giving that to everybody, because some people, they have on false masks. They masquerade as friends, right? Whole time, snake in the grass. But you doing some cutting today. I'm telling you. So be mindful of you connecting with people from your past or people like coming around, because we in that shadow period of the retrograde, because the retrograde is coming up in less than a week. So people manifesting you. People trying to come in. People want to come in. You may receive some phone calls that you don't want. Block people. Change your number here. Sometimes you got to take a like practicality, which is the actual use of doing something. Like if you want to see money in your account, yeah, do the manifestation. That's still doing something. You manifesting, you doing your 3-6-9 method. That's doing something. But wishing on a star may even get you somewhere, but at the same time, balance spirituality and practicality out. You can do things that are of spirituality, and you can balance out with the actual use of doing something on this earthly plane, like taking action towards something. The next song we got coming on is Spread Thin by Mariah the Scientist. Okay, it's a whole bunch of stuff talking about not being able to trust. And I feel like this is towards people. Shit, not trusting people that much, you could have probably started not trusting things in your actual life. Like, oh, I doubt this job would happen for me. Make sure you give me a follow if you haven't already, because you may never see my face again. Okay? Some of you guys, you're taking a break from a lot of things. You may even be resting. I think you should know that, baby, you're the reason. They the reason. They the reason. Thank you for the follow and the likes. I appreciate you. So some of y'all, you need rest. Mind, body, soul wise. Some of y'all, you taking breaks from people. You separated from people. And when I say separated, that don't mean separated and you gonna get back together. No, I mean like how a person that's married is separated. No, I'm talking about literal. You're just energetically, physically, you're just not y'all just at a distance. But maybe for some of y'all that could be significant, like separation in other forms. But like I said, I mainly make these messages for people who resonate more with me, in alignment with me. But I mean, it can be in any way. All our lives are not identical. Okay? Yep, growth. See, a lot of people have to get out of your energy so you could grow, so you can expand, so you can be in the space, so you can reach your fullest potential. So you can get back into the highest version of yourself, because you deserve that. And a lot of people, they're not abundant like you are, so they were never going to come into this. Only time they was coming into stuff like this was because they were connected to you. but they don't deserve like that type of stuff, because half these people have done a lot of crazy things in their life, whether it's cheating on people, criminals, like, you know what I'm saying? With you having this big heart, you probably not knowing better, seeing what you need to see. You connect with people, you get attached, you know. So trust the process. Trust that you've grown, because sometimes we don't see the progress. Just gotta trust. Sometimes we don't see the things that we don't see it on the physical plane yet, right? But it will be there. Just surrender and be in the flow. Some of you guys stop doing a lot of things. Some of you guys are encouraged to stop doing a lot of things, whether that's lacking faith, lacking trust, especially when it's coming to your spiritual team. You don't want to do that. Okay. Yes, I'm going to scratch my nose off because it won't stop itching. It won't stop itching. Please stop itching. Okay. Yes, see, some of y'all, I'm saying you have to be in your own energy. You have to be in stillness. You have to have a clear mind. Yeah. So if you have people around you who give you anxiety and you don't know if you can trust them or not, you don't know if it's temporary or long term, you don't know. Some things had to happen how they had to happen. Now you'll be in a more clear mind. Now you can actually be around people who are not going to be jealous of you and hating on you. Crabs in the bucket. Now you substituting these individuals for people who genuinely going to be cheering for you. Alright. This is called Numb to the Feeling. I think it's by Chase Atlantic. This is the slowed and reverb version. Some of y'all was getting numb to certain things. Some of y'all was adapting to certain things and becoming comfortable. But I feel like, no more. Either you're encouraged, no more, or you're operating as, look, no more. So either you're encouraged to, or you already in that energy. Or for some of y'all, it soon will come. Right? You're moving on from people who you had a lot of love for. People who you probably was when you was a child. You know, you was a happy little child. Or with people who grown up, you know. This is family energy. Mom, dad, sister, brother energy. Cutting, like, you're detaching from people. You're moving on. You're letting go. So you can come into eternal love, happy families, true love, security, right? Yep. Yep. Something was or is burdening you. You stressed. It's probably why I was talking about resting, because you was taking on a lot of things. Now it's time to put all of these ones down, because it's not your responsibility. Stop carrying the weight of the past. Let your inner child finally have peace. Do the inner child work. Do the shadow work. Whatever you're doing, one energy usually ties to action, energy, work. So whatever all this is that you holding, you need to put that down. That's like trying to get all the bags of groceries out the car and take them to the... No, it's okay if you make 3 trips. It's better than putting all that weight on yourself, right? Collaborative pursuits. Maybe this could have been times people who you were working with financially or whatever the case may be, but this can also be a separate message. They did kind of come out, like this one came out first and then this one ended up coming out behind it, but they can be individually or they could correspond with each other. right? Overall, just burdens, though. Collaboration. Collaboration. Oh my gosh. I don't mean to use my cards, but it seemed like it's harder than the nails I have, honey, to scratch my freaking nose. Oh my gosh. Every time I'm channeling, my nose always itch. Who's in the energy within and around me? Alright, the song that is very significant, Eminem and Rihanna, Love the Way You Are. Yes, see, some of y'all could have fell victim into that devil energy. And the devil energy, addictions, obsession, needing to do shadow work, low vibrations, darker self, shadow self, whatever the case may be. But it also can be you seeing something is toxic, knowing it's toxic, but still indulging in it. Right? Whether that's a person, a place, a thing, whatever it is. But some of y'all, a new job may be coming in, promotion. Maybe this can even be in a spiritual sense. Upgrading your life. Increasing the rank, right? So yeah. Some of y'all was trying to work with people who you really couldn't work with. See, that's what I'm saying. You always trying to save somebody, help somebody, show somebody love. You gotta do that to people who can actually reciprocate. Receive and reciprocate. Some of y'all was loving people who couldn't love you back. I don't care if they said they love you. I don't care if they cried a tear, honey. That don't mean that they love you. I don't care if they said, I want to marry you one day. I want to have kids. Nope. Because why would they try to impregnate you if they know they stress you out? Like, are you dumb? Not you. I'm not saying are you dumb. But are they dumb? You think I'm gonna let you impregnate me? That's what some people, they try to trap you. Next thing you know, surprise pregnancy. You would be a great mom. But whoever said that you, no, honey. Some people who are tapped in with their higher selves, because we all have our different realities, right? That's why you gotta go based off what you feel. Some people feel like we're not meant to have kids. Some people feel like that's one way to open up, like, how truly deeply you'll be able to love something, or whatever the case may be. But that's why I say it's no wrong way, it's your way, right? Some people believe in abortions, others don't. You know, whatever you believe in, create your reality. You believe what you believe based on whatever you've experienced in life. That's why you got to trust in your knowing rather than beliefs. Beliefs is something that you don't really know for a fact is true, but you believe in it. A knowing, you don't really need proof. You know, you have the proof. Whether you look. But Queen of Pentacles, the Queen is the creator. So it's the creator of, right? When we talking about Pentacles, something big. When we talking about Pentacles, right? We can talk about finances. That's why it's Pentacles instead of or of Earth, Queen of Earth or Queen of Pentacles, because it's not very specific and just tying to finances. It can tie to finances. It can tie to earthly matters overall, whether that's earthly possessions or values, or you know, the earthly plane itself. So right, the creator of finance, the creator of earthly matters, the creator of earthly values, whatever the case may be. All I know is you're abundant. That's just energy. Main energy of this card is abundance. And it's also a court card, meaning these are all minor arcanas. But this is separate from these because this is the actual person that it's talking about. So for sure, a person is significant. This could be your energy or it could be someone else's, right? And this doesn't have to be a woman just because it's the queen. It can be a male as well in this energy, right? So a lot of times when you get this can be your characteristic, your personality, or it can be what you're encouraged to be in. Like if I get the King of Wands, right? You can either be a leader or you're being encouraged to take on a leadership role. Like that's what I mean. All right, mother energy. Business oriented, for sure. Businesswoman. He said, that's why I don't open up because I can't trust anyone. He said something like that. This is this song is called Saunders Son, and it got interlude in parentheses. This is by Brent Fayez. All right. If you guys do want to get on the list, I have donation-based readings where you can send anything that you're able to send. All right. But if you don't need to send in donations, $25 readings, $50 readings. It doesn't matter what it is, love, career, finance, health, general. I have 2 prices. I used to break them down and have all these different prices. I'd rather just keep it at 50. But we got $25 readings, $50 readings. All right. Questions are 777 though. I do accept gifts as well in the form of a reading or a question. But for those of you who cannot afford my prices, then that's when donation basis is accepted. Yeah. Y'all went through a lot. Some of y'all thought that you had something right in your hand. Some of y'all was fulfilled by something emotionally or whatever the case may be. You was proud of something. But then I guess you've experienced something and now that left you in this space to where you kind of like still on guard. Maybe your dreams got shattered. Maybe something that you thought would have been forever did not last, right? I feel like this was supposed to happen because of the path you were going down. You were literally blindedly in love with people who was the devil. You were literally blindedly working with people who was just scammers, right? So I feel like based on your own free will, how you were going about your life, you just had to go through that. The good thing is, luck was always surrounding you. You're like a lucky individual. Things could have been much worse for you. So based on your own free will and how protected you are, I mean, sometimes we got to go through these things. You know, it's not because God is punishing you if you believe in God. It's not because of any, because I know some people be like, well, if God exists, how is all of these things happening? Like, because of other human beings in the world and the free will we have, you know? So the Wheel of Fortune ties to good luck, changes, cycles, karma, fate, destiny. It ties to many things. So all these things are happening for a reason, and mainly because of what we do or what we don't do. If you knew better, you would do better. And if you don't, well, guess we got to bump that head of ours. But don't worry, because lessons are like a blessing in disguise. That's why your wisdom is, that's why you have wisdom, right? That's why you know what to do and what not to do anymore. So some of y'all, you could be in this energy of battle weary. You could be physically, energetically drained. See how this person, they on guard, right? They got a headband on. It's like a bandage for a wound. Think of this person as they just got out of a war and they probably got PTSD from that war. But this is a card of resilience. You still standing. You still pushing through. And you still kind of on guard, though, for whatever. But you don't have to be. There's no battle. This song is called Shut Up and Listen. Okay? It's by Nicholas Bonin and Angelica. This is the slowed and reverb version. Okay, I'm gonna let you listen to that first part of it. The reason why I don't have the music up there loud is because when I try to post it on YouTube, they copyright my video. So they block it from people watching it. So I try not to play music with lyrics. Period. Alright? But yeah, some of y'all probably could tell somebody, shut up, man. Just shut up. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's like some people done took you there. You know, you probably see in the darkest version of yourself that you probably would have never thought you would have come to be. But that's probably why some people say in order for there to be light, there has to be darkness, because But yeah, you could be emotionally fulfilled right now, or you soon will be. I feel like you're gonna be proud of what you've accomplished. This is individual. This is not, oh, everybody is happy at once. This is personal. This is, I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. While everybody else, they probably mad, sad, going through it. I don't know. But this is, you deserve this. You deserve it. Confirm this, this 9 of Cups. You for sure close to the 10 of Cups. Like, the 10 of Cups had already came out. That's what I'm saying. There's no confusion. There's no indecision. Mentally, emotionally, you coming into literally calmer waters. Emotionally, mentally, all that. But I guess with what you went through, you still kind of like, it's too good to be true. I'm still on guard, you know? Spiders are really very significant. It's a spider looking me dead in the eye. But you persevere. You're resilient. You get through things regardless. You've been through so much, and you got the wounds to show it, even if they're not visible. But you still standing. Hey now. I'm telling you, don't be sleeping on yourself. The best relationship you can have with anybody is one with yourself. All right? Stop trying to marry everybody. Stop trying to lay up and have kids with it. Stop doing that. Cry over who? Look. Depressed for what? For little boo-boo? You the queen. You the king. You gotta wake up to that. You'll never settle again. But I thought they loved me. We've all been there, baby. You gotta love yourself. That energy, that love, whatever you giving out to people that you want so badly, you gotta get that to your inner child. Your inner child may not have received that from your parent or guardian. Love yourself so much that you don't give a damn if you ever get into another relationship. See, some people, they live for relationships. They live to finally have that marriage one day. But when you a queen, a king, a god, a goddess, that's not the most important thing. Because guess what? Who you are, you don't want for nothing. You're not desperate for nothing. You're not stressing over nothing. Especially no human being. A human being, See, keep stepping into your power. I promise you, it's going to be very self-rewarding. You ain't, look, don't care. Do this. Instead of feeling like God and everybody else is testing you, test yourself. Do better for yourself. So you know what? I'm not looking for no relationship. I'm good. Because I promise you, everybody that's trying to come into your space are not ready for you. They're not divine beings. They're not tapped in with their highest self. They're not in tune with their heart space. Their child almost cursed. They traumatized. You be seeing that viral video go around saying that if a man don't have peace, he gonna take yours. Woo! Baby, that's with any damn body, yeah. Yeah, but ooh, you about to come into balance. That's what I was saying. That's what I was picking up. See, because you, mind, body, soul wise, internally, externally, your life is moving into calmer waters. You doing the work that's necessary, and you making the choices and decisions that you need to make. Right? You in alignment. Some of y'all, you gonna be getting into this energy. And guess what? It's going to start exuding through all areas of your life. Financially. Love. That's what I'm saying right now. Love. So many people. Okay? But, balance. This is real love. This is going to be somebody whose cup is full. They ain't giving you no empty cup, meaning they're in tune with their emotions. Remember we talked about that King of Cups earlier. When I seen the King of Pentacles next to the King, I'm like, oh yeah, this gives Emperor energy. All the kings came out. So this could be your energy. It could be your divine counterpart, or it could be talking about a father figure. Baby daddy, whatever. But this is really nice. Look, there go that 1111. You see that at the top? 1111. 22. Energy number 222, 333, 555, 888. We seen it earlier. Shit, all the angel numbers, okay? 111, 999. For sure. 777, I'm telling you. Confirm this 3 of Pentacles. Yep. It's time to collaborate with people financially, for sure. You got the ideas. Knowledge is wealth. You have brilliant ideas. Be mindful of haste, though. Be mindful of haste, especially because of money. Sometimes we be in our head like, man, I gotta get the money. No, bro. No. You gotta be at peace. Okay? You gotta be at peace. It's not about all that other stuff. The love, the finances, all of this is going to come when you take care of yourself. If you're not resting, if you're not healing, what are you doing? You don't come here to just work the 9 to 5 and have kids. No. What if I told you the complete opposite, right? This is a knight. This knight is on a mission. All the knights are on a mission. That's what the knights refer to. On a mission. Now, on a mission of what? This is air energy. Sword energy ties to communication, mentality, thoughts, ideas. So it can be on a mission of thoughts, ideas, mentality, communication. But with it coming out with this 10 of Pentacles, which is generational wealth, some of y'all like thinking about ways to possibly get into, like, for sure, come into, like, security. It can be anything. Tarot is very broad, but it's confirming the 3 of Pentacles. So, whatever ideas you have on your mind, whatever communication that's relating to business that you're trying to make, once again, be mindful of haste, because sometimes you're a little too excited for something, you may end up bumping your head. You got to chill. You got to be in flow. Right? You got to say affirmations of, this wants me more, right? I don't chase money, money chases me. You got to say affirmations like that. Then you will be cool. You won't really care about none of that. And it'll just come out the blue. You don't even expect it. Just like relationships. Generational wealth. Now, generational wealth, as you hear, that's money. That's money, right? Maybe some of y'all, it may take about a good 10 years to get there. But it can be shorter. It just all depends on your own free will. You know what I'm saying? What you invested in. So learn something. Connect with people, network with people. Teach each other things. Give y'all, you know, I ain't saying spill the beans and give everybody your ideas, but connect with people who can, like, where there is success at. You can be successful on your own. Right? You don't need to try to get seen by the biggest celebrity to become famous. Sometimes that happens for people. But that don't have to be. You can get where you want to be by yourself. But it don't have to be like that, you know? So, network. You got them ideas when it comes to generational wealth? Network. Learn. This can also be apprenticeship, right? Somebody teaching you something, you teaching somebody something, getting paid for it, or the knowledge is the wealth, right? Confirm this 9 of Wands. Know that the past is over. Sometimes we feel like something that happened to us, it can happen again. But you gotta let go of the past. Whatever you went through, stop thinking that it's gonna happen again. You've been cheated on, stop thinking it's gonna happen again. Right? You have all the tools and the resources that you need to get out of this battle-weary energy and to create the life that you want to live. Stop creating it from past experiences. Like I said, a lot of times we operate how we operate because of how things happen in our life. But just don't take that past version of yourself, or the version of yourself that went through so much stuff, to where you're creating your life based off of the trials and the tribulation and the hurt. Right? Give your body a rest, give your mind a rest, so you can get out of survivor mode or this energy. This is by Noah Cyrus. It's called I Burned LA Down. I don't know why she made that song. I don't know why she made that song, honey, because, you know, LA, we all heard about it being burnt, you know, flames. But, I mean, of course, I'm sure she didn't burn it down. She probably was just speaking on, you know, metaphorically. If you go listen to the song, you'll probably like it. But it's channeled. It's coming on. So, confirm this 10 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Yes, yeah, so, see? You where you at right now in life because you're not taking a practical approach to where you want to be. Some of y'all, you probably don't got no income coming in. So you stress. Well, don't allow money. You got to change your relationship with money. You got to know that it's fake. It was created by man. It was created by a human. That didn't exist BCs ago. Until people want to start taking over the world and going based off power and control. So you gotta pay attention to reality, right? I may not get somewhere if I don't put the work in to get there, right? If you want to see generational wealth, how you think that's gonna come about? Now that could be a lump sum of money from an inheritance. It could be anything, right? You know your life better than anyone, so you just have to take the messages how it resonates. But some of y'all, it may seem like you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot to get where you want to be, but it always seems like you're taking a step forward and going 3 steps back. Shift your perspective. And also maybe try a different approach. Or maybe try to get something that's actually lucrative, right? Stop trying to work at Domino's. Create you something solid that you're going to actually get paid for. So you won't have to be stressing. First, you got to have income coming in for that. Some of y'all, you don't really have income coming in. You're not working or something. Somehow, even if you're not working, money still flow to you. Like I said, they could be from an inheritance. They could be from money that was owed to you before. Like, it could really be for anything. People gifting you things. But if you want to see more money, bigger money, rolling in continuously, that means you got to make money in your sleep. And how you going to do that, right? Invest in things that don't have to be commission based, right? Some people into stocks, some people into crypto, some people into all this stuff. I'm not saying do things that you don't have a passion for, but at the same time, if that's what it's going, shoes. If you want that type of money, you got to make those type of moves, right? But it's all about being at bliss, being at peace. You don't want to be working a job that you hate, right? That's why I said some people with stocks, they work being at peace. You don't want to be working a job that you hate, right? That's why I said some people with stocks, they work with other people. Some people, they work with other people when it comes to stocks, right? Some people, they learn from other people, right? That's why you see these videos blowing up where people are trying to teach you how to do something. And they like, yeah, get this free course so I can teach you. Money is everywhere. Money can be any and everything, right? If you got a passion in music, get into it. Perfect your crafts, especially if you want to go the more passionate route, right? But you never know what you might be good at or what you might be interested in or passionate about if you never get into it. Some of y'all did one thing or two things in your childhood and it became a passion. You know, sometimes you got to do new stuff, right? Tap in with something new too. Confirm this Queen of Pentacles. All right. Yep. The Fool. You on a whole new journey, a new beginning. This is a new experience, and it's gonna be abundant. You may not know how it's gonna look, how it's gonna be, what the hell you're doing, but you got a little experience. It's similar to one of those things like how people be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm back at square one." No, but now you got the knowledge though. So is it really square one? No. Confirm the Wheel of Fortune. Strength card in the reverse. It seemed like, I don't know if it want to come out upright or reverse, but I picked it up in the reverse. So karma is coming to those who did you dirty, man. But you gotta know, even though you went through all these things, you can't allow depression and anger and everything else to hold you back. You gotta keep soaring. I understand you was vulnerable, you got weakened, but that's exactly how you gonna create your life because you in this energy. So help yourself get out of this energy. Because being in this energy, you struggling to do something. You too weak to do something. You tired. So help yourself get out of it. That's what I'm saying. Self-care, any self-love, all that. Creating you a business, whatever it is. Do something to help you get out this energy. Because life is going to go the way you got free will. This song is by Midland. It's called Drinking Problem. It's a country song. Confirm this Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles. Yep. See, a love connection you had was up and down. It taught you some valuable lessons. Now some of y'all probably in y'all head. You probably restricting yourself. Maybe it's because you didn't listen to the wisdom that you've already had. But I'm telling you, things happen for a reason. And other things are going to be happening for a reason as well. If you find yourself around a bunch of people because you get lonely, that's going to be your reality. That's because you had a weakened energy. If you was in this space to where you weren't desperate to have people around you and you didn't feel alone, half the people that you got around you when you were feeling alone wouldn't be around. Right? So you're really creating your reality and probably putting yourself back through cycles because of the low energy that you're in. Because you don't feel strong enough. You're not confident enough. right? Maybe you would have pursued that singing career if you were confident in your voice, right? Maybe you would have put yourself out there more if you felt like it was going to be successful. Like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta get out this strength and reverse energy, because that's what you created. Thank you, honey, for the gifts. Gemini, Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, and or Virgo. Some fire energy out here. All the signs are significant. Gemini energy. All right. So if you haven't seen the beginning, middle of this video, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. We talked about some valuable things. I'm about to go ahead and get ready to end the live, but if you guys want to get on the list before I get off the live, it can be a private reading or it can be here on live. $25 readings, $50 readings, $7.77 for a question. All right, I don't disappoint. You can check out my reviews as well. I have been forgetting to tell people to leave reviews on my website. So even if you guys are on live and something resonated with you, if you want to go on my website and like scroll down to like the comment part, you can leave a review there if you would like. But yeah, y'all are moving forward in your life. Communication could be coming in. You could be traveling soon. You could be overcoming a lot of things. You could have won against the enemy, but it's like, it's kind of like winning the war, but losing self. You know what I'm saying? That can't happen. You've overcome and defeated your enemies, but it seems like you're the one that's still kind of in defeat, but still trying to work and build and do all this stuff. See, you gotta come back to self. You gotta nurture self. You gotta heal self, and then we can proceed. God got you. Sometimes y'all be too worried about, but how my bills gonna get paid? Listen, figure it out, okay? Figure out how to take your breaks. If you don't have a something to where you can have a life work balance, that's a problem. But I know for some of y'all, you able to sit down somewhere and rest. Sometimes we gotta see it. If we don't see it, then I can see why some of y'all feel that way. But you got this. All right. The last song that's significant, Juice WRLD. It's called Lean With Me. Co-create with the universe. All right. If nobody would like to get on the list for a reading, a question, life coaching sessions, mentorships, advice, anything like that, then I will see you in the next one. But for sure, some of you guys are attracting new love, new relationships, new friends. I'm telling you, just because you're pouring into yourself. Just because you're abundant and you're meant to receive all of these things, all the money in the world, the healthy relationships, bliss, you're meant to receive all of that. But sometimes we delay things, or we get in our own way of the blessings, right? So since you're clearing out anything that's disrupting this from coming in, you're on a path of alignment. Now you can focus more on yourself. Now you can be more in a healthy space with yourself and build and get to know more of yourself and see how great you are. If you knew how great you were, you wouldn't be trying to get other people around in your energy. You'll actually be okay without having friends, because you know why you don't have friends. I'm sure everybody would be around this motherfucker friendless if they actually love themselves. Some people just in people energy because they lonely. See, that's why you strong as you are. But some of y'all, you don't realize how strong you are. That's the problem. You got to start giving yourself credit. Some of y'all lacking confidence and you insecure for no reason. Of course, it's probably because of what you went through, but you literally have no reason to feel insecure. Like, you literally all that in a bag of chips, you know? So you gotta get back. You gotta deprogram to reprogram. You gotta do the inner child work. You gotta do the shadow work. It sounds like a lot, but it's literally not a lot. Plus, you will be around here working 40 hours out the week and everything else for people who would fire you just like that. For people who would just like that. Yeah. So do this for yourself. All that other stuff don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You got human beings in this world who trying to play God. People who having government systems and they trying to be in control. That don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to learn how to build your own shelter and house and stuff like that. And I ain't talking about a little tent with the sticks. I'm talking about literally get your bricks, mix up the mud and the water and the little grass sticks, mush that together, put your, you know what I'm saying, get into it. YouTube has hella free stuff that's worth learning and knowing about. You know what I'm saying? Everything you need to know is already out in the world. It's already discovered, even if they say it's not discovered yet. This is your life. Supposedly they say you only got one life to live, right? Do you remember your previous one? So live as if this is your only life that you have to live, especially if you believe that you have more. All right, do everything that you need to do for self, mind, body, and soul wise. The money will come. It's fake anyway. It's plenty of it. They print it every day. Okay, you got to take care of yourself, mental health, emotions. You got to take care of your health. You got to stop eating meats. You got to really get into it. Okay, connect with nature. Eat food from God. Okay, stop doing all that other stuff. Stop putting smoke in your lungs. Just stop. I remember at one point in time, I'm like, well, what's wrong with it? It's healthy. You know, because everybody else telling you it's healthy. And you growing up in a world where everybody is normalizing things that shouldn't be normal. Yet we put a president in office who has no morals, who doesn't value no women. And women were the ones who created man. They try to tell you in the Bible that Eve came from Adam, from his rib. Come on now, get out of here with that. Get out of there with that, bye. I ain't trying to hear none of it. You got your own mind, right? You believed in Santa Claus. You believed in the Tooth Fairy. They try to get you when you were a kid. All right? So I'm going to need you to start trusting in your own inner knowledge and wisdom. Inner compass. Inner guidance. The other song we got coming on is Mariah the Scientist. It's called All For Me. All right? Some of y'all, you probably going to find an island that you can govern yourself. Nobody lives there but you. You don't pay no rent. Period. I'm telling you, your experiences is leading up to where you really meant to be heading, where you meant to be. So take the good and the not so good, you know, gracefully. Have gratitude, because regardless, we get where we at because of our own free will. Sometimes we got karma because of our own choices. So the best thing is to know is that you're so blessed, you're so protected, you're so lucky. Even when you make choices that are not for your highest good, you still come out on top. You still get through things, right? So show gratitude to your spiritual team. Appreciate where you are right now, because things could be much worse. All right? But I love you, as always. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to give me a follow now. All right? I didn't said it already. Give me a follow. All right? And if you want to get on the list, as you know, it does support readers. I don't know if y'all think readers just be rich and wealthy, or other people be getting readings. Nobody bought a reading. I ain't forcing you to get a reading. You know, like I said, I didn't change my relationship with money for sure, to where I ain't desperate for it or God please, you know. But it's just me speaking up. Some of y'all need to open that throat chakra. So it's me speaking up on things. So whenever you want to purchase a reading, you don't have to get one just because, oh, I'm just trying to support you, you know. Because I know y'all have your own life as well. That's what everybody is aiming for. Finances, right? But don't do that. You got to aim for inner peace. All the things that you're trying to aim for, it's outside of yourself, and you got to do this and do that to get there. But the main thing that you do need is things that you can do yourself. You see how you feel like you need other people to get money? But the things that you need, you don't need other people to get there. You the one who gonna heal yourself. You the one who gonna find inner peace on your own. All right? You don't need to have a job or go to school for that. So do all of these things for yourself. Eat better. Have a healthier life. Remove people that don't belong. Erase all toxicity. Release all negativity. Because in reality, everything always ends up working out for you anyway. And sometimes we just need to bump our head and learn a major lesson. All right? That's really all it is. All right? Sometimes everything is bigger than what it seems. Whole time, 15 years later, you're going to be teaching a world of people. Or maybe by the time you pass away, you see how some people who pass over and their content become viral and they already passed away. So it's like some things is really for a higher purpose, a higher reason. A lot of you guys are teachers, speakers. People will literally sit there and listen to you. You know, but it's just some things you got to clear out. It's just some people who you got to get from around you. All right? This is your life. And if you want a life that's filled with luxury and the things that you deserve, healthier relationships, healthier you, then you have to get there. Like working out or meditation or journaling. All of this is free. You don't have to put in no type of work for other people to get there. Like how some people, they got these businesses or they doing this and they doing that to get where they want to be. You don't got to do none of that when it comes to stuff that you actually should be doing and striving for. Just keep that in mind. It's plenty of things that I can say, as you heard me say, I was about to cut the live 5 minutes ago. So it's plenty of stuff that I can tell you and that I can say. I'm just trying to make sure I say it right now, because sometimes I end the live and I be like, damn, I want to say this. And I already ended the live. So I'm just trying to make sure that for right now I don't have nothing to say. But yeah, campfires, winter ambiance, stuff like that, it can be very significant. Nature, girlies, or guys, whatever. Okay? Like I said, get back out into nature. Do your meditation. Do your journaling. Do your shadow work. Do your inner child. It's always something to do, honey. All right? It's always something to do. Change your routine. Right? But I see you another time. The last song that's very significant is Missing Out by Brent Faiyaz. Maybe some of y'all missing out on something. Are you missing out? Some of y'all, you ain't missing out on a damn thing. Cut them people out, man. All that club and shit. Cut that out, man. It ain't doing nothing for you. For others of y'all, you could be missing out on a life that can happen tomorrow. Just a shift of a mindset. You'll be where you want to be. A shift of a routine, you'll be where you want to be. So it's your choice. Remember, karma is what you do. Well, not karma is what you do. Karma is cause and effect. Right? So what you do or what you don't do. Right? I'll see you later.